before you came, they have, the auditors reported that they are already doing, they are the tail end, auditing 2025, 26, and the county executive have really cooperated. So it means this issue of late submission has been resolved. Yeah, that is what they say. Good, Governor. So actually that was the last query. You know, I know it's a challenge. You know, when you dispute siblings, you know, to identify also the people is not an easy job. So, and they've said they have done a sample. Some of them have died, of course. Some will grow because of rain. You know, that's it's not within your control. So, members, any issues, any closing remarks before we give Governor to make his final remarks? Oh, yeah, Mark.
Yeah, maybe, Chair, it would be nice for the committee to understand the relationship between the fund and the water companies. Because if the fund was buying water meters and water pipes, and we have water companies, what's the relationship? What's the agreement? Because if you're buying water meters, you're collecting revenue. Is the revenue collected then going to the fund, or is it now going to the water company, so that it's clear for the committee? Thank you, Chair.
Governor, were you giving a grant to the water companies?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, the main grievance against water companies, whenever we come here with them, because we usually appear with you, is non-revenue water. They are always being accused. You'll find most of them have about 30–40% non-revenue water. That is, when you measure the water they take at the source and the water they sell. So when you ask them what the solution to that problem, they always say metering, smart metering. So the idea came, why can't we support them by giving them smart meters? Yes, maybe they will sell, whatever, but at least, you know, there's a social good in reducing that water loss, which at times goes to 40%. And that is the logic. We thought they should never say that again. Let us intervene as a matter of policy. Because once you save that water, you know water is scarce with the climate problems we are having, you also help society going forward. That was the logic.
Good, Senator.
But maybe I can also mention, you also asked about water pipes. Yes, we provided the water pipes under this program. However, the county has realized that the problem going forward in Murang'a is no longer an issue of distribution of water. It's an issue of increasing the volumes, the water production, because we might be extending the pipes, but you find there's a lot of rationing. So the new interventions to remedy that program is now to move more into water production. We are happy to report that we now have 4 major water projects, which will increase water production in Murang'a, one being in Lower Kandara, at a place called Kagondoini. We'll harvest water in a river called Kafuku. The other one will be in Lower Kegumo. We realized the Lower Kegumo, that is Modivi and Kahumbu, they are water stressed. The third one will be Kiru, to take water dedicated to Gaturi ward, because also Gaturi is also water stressed. The other one is in Gituri, in Madua, to put more water in a tank at Nyakianga to ensure Gituri areas have water. We say so because the department has done a survey to see what are the water stressed regions, and particularly with the areas that are becoming urbanizing fast. And we think now we move away from just giving water pipes to now to produce more water, so that those belts, the urbanizing belts, they now have sufficient water. We believe if once we are done with those 4 programs, the issue of giving out pipes just for the sake might have been remedied. Thank you, Chair.
Good, Senator from Murang'a. Any of your final comments?
Thank you, Chair. I think I may not have many issues, especially because I came in late, but I think, I know that we are doing well as a county, like you have observed. And I think if the issue of late presentation of information and books had already been resolved, then I would not want to take us back to that. But I think, as the governor says, it's very important, and I'm glad that there are plans to see to it that most of the households, in fact, we should aim at providing water to all households, because as you know, Chair, we are the people who give Nairobi the biggest percentage of water, and so it has been actually an eyesore that we have residents of Murang'a County without water supply while we are supplying Nairobi with water. And so I think I appreciate the efforts that the county government is making to see to it that those are not, that are not connected with the water do so. I think the other challenge that maybe I want to pass to the county government through the governor is to see to it that we also have water for irrigation, not just water for drinking, that we avail, especially in the lower parts of Murang'a, water for irrigation, so that we can be able to assist our people to produce even more food. And Chair, nationally, then we'll also have made a good contribution towards food security. I think that's the only challenge that I may want to put across to the governor. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, final remarks.
Thank you, Chair, for calling us to this meeting. Thank you, every senator, including my senator, who works very hard, Senator Joe Newton, and respected in the county. Thank you, the auditor, for pointing out our mistakes. We do not purport to say we are the best. We do have our own areas that needs a lot of improvement, and therefore we always welcome the auditor to our office, and we are always open to criticism so that we improve. Thank you, Chair.
Good. Thank you very much, Governor, for honoring our invite. I know you always come. You know, when you are doing well and there's nothing under the table, you will not fear to come to our oversight committees. Thank you very much. And secondly, Moi, when he was the president, then the dam was built in Marakwet West, where I was the MP, and we made noise that, you know, we want the water to be distributed, because the water, we didn't have water, but they took water to Eldoret town then, which is now Eldoret city. Moi said, please follow the water to Eldoret. And most of us eventually followed, and we stayed in Eldoret. So the senator should not say that, you know, Nairobi is served from water from Murang'a, and there's no water in Murang'a. What you need to do is to ensure most of you, and there is even a Murang'a road within Nairobi, encourage most of your people to settle here in Nairobi. You know, when Kiambu used to go back home in the evening, the Murang'a people settled in Nairobi. That's why Nairobi is, even most of the MPs in Nairobi are from Murang'a. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Share on light notes. You cannot tell people of Murang'a to come to Nairobi to follow their water. They should be provided with water where they are.
That's the business. And the government is doing very well. You know, he has identified areas, up on Makuyu Chini, up where people used to, when I go that side. I hope you stopped also burning charcoal. There used to be charcoal along the road there. Thank you very much, and God bless you.